Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Luis Orellana.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Thai Championship Boxing number 45. We have Luis Orellana making his way to the ring, undefeated here in TCB out of District Martial Arts. This 27-year-old stands at 5'6" and is looking to put another dub on his record.
Yeah, excited to see Luis in here. He looked very focused. He's under expert coaching from Mr. Charles DeGisco. And yeah, Luis, born in El Salvador, native of El Salvador, moved to the DMV when he was young. And he's coming in here with a 1-0 record, 1-0. And in that one fight, it was a KO. And so he made sure I knew that. And very excited to see him in here. He also has a little wrestling pedigree. He said he was ranked 4th in the state of Maryland for wrestling, and so we might see him in the Cagezilla cage here before long. I don't know, but 4th in the state, and Maryland's a tough wrestling state. That says a lot. So definitely excited. He wants to dedicate this fight to his wife Nancy. And really excited and focused when I talked to him in the back about getting in here and making his mark inside of the TCB ring.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Energetic, pumped up for this one, well prepared for the fight coming. He's someone to watch out for.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Jovan Turner.
Well, we've talked about tough fights. We've talked about difficult challenges for those who are looking to leave a legacy in TCB. And I do believe that Luis Orellana has one ahead of him here with Jovan Turner. Still unable to pick up a win. He is somebody who's come back time and time again, though, showing more and more of his stuff every time. This is a guy who's constantly improved and is showing much more than I believe his 0-2 record represents.
Yeah, he was another guy. Really excited. When I didn't match these guys up when I was speaking with them in the back, and man, Jovan is a big guy. He's 5'11". He's gonna have a huge height advantage here, and but yeah, he's trying to get in the win column. He said he started boxing in high school. He started with boxing, and another guy that started with boxing and then switched over to Muay Thai in 2021. He said he enjoys peaceful hobbies outside of the gym and violent hobbies inside of the gym. He's a photographer. Said to give him a follow at Visuals by Van DMV and on IG, and dedicating this fight to people with mental health. So it sounds like a really great young man. Let's send it to Chris to make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Marine Service Company, veteran-owned and veteran-operated, and Tony's New York Pizza, simply the best Italian dishes in Northern Virginia. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'6" and weighing in at 134 pounds, fighting out of District Martial Arts with a record of 1 win and no defeats, it's Luis Orellana! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'11" and weighing in at 141 pounds, fighting out of Capital MMA, it's Jovan Turner! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by Marine Service Company and Tony's New York Pizza, and your referee is Drew Chechi.
Man, I'm never going to get tired of how Chris Fuller calls Luis Orellana's name. We're going to see whether or not he can call it again by the end of the night with a victory from the red corner.
Excited to see this one here. Both these guys looking to get a big win tonight. And with the touch of gloves, here we are. Nice leg kick, but nice check from Jovan right away. Check that leg kick.
Yeah, both of these guys circling each other, trying to play strategically. Luis going to try to put on the burners there, looking for some torso shots. Definitely going to be hard for, with such a height difference, the red corner to do a lot of damage straight to the head, as we talked about in that previous bout. Only going to be more extremity here, given the way in which Luis seems to want to play. Clinching up, trying to get something done here, but ultimately, for as much as he is the aggressor, Jovan is just happy that he is to stay here, take some hits, and fire right back.
Yeah, having a little clinch battle, being the smaller guy, a little tough in the clinch. But wow, Jovan really throwing that round kick in there strong. But Luis kind of controlling the pressure, I feel like, and coming in pretty aggressive. But, oh, nice right hand from Jovan there. Oh, another one.
Still things standing very close now, and I think that Jovan probably wants to find a way out of the situation, and I think that is going to have to come with more aggression. I kind of remarked on how he's playing passively right now, and to a degree that's working because Orellana, it wasn't getting much in the way of pure damage off, but that's beginning to shift. Jovan, I think, is just too neutral in a lot of these exchanges.
Yeah, wow, those some nice blows, boxing blows, hands from Luis that I saw there land up high, and yeah, both these guys have gone pretty back and forth in this one.
Yeah, definitely the case. That being said, I think that Orellana's just getting more of this one. Look at that headshot exchange turn into a solid knee to the left side of the ribs. Jovan definitely gonna be feeling that, trying to teep kick once again. That'll be the end of round number 1.
Yeah, good back and forth round. Both fighters had their moments to shine a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say who took it. I don't really know. This one was close. This one was real close. Excited to see both these guys coming out for round number 2. Jovan coming out of Capital MMA, and Luis Orellana coming out of District Martial Arts in Arlington, Virginia. So both guys with excellent teams. Sure, getting some great insight, some great words of advice here, coming out in here to round number 2. Here we go.
Both of these guys looking relatively good coming out of the corner. You know, it's always a difficult equation and a difficult balance to ensure that you aren't gassing yourself, but also you want to make a good impression. You want to get some damage on the other guy. Jovan looking pretty strong, as is Luis in this round number 2. Let's see how they started off. Ooh, a little bit of a bobbled glove touch there, but they're going to play for the range, and immediately this is going to be Orellana leaning in, getting a nice shot upon the jaw with that little crow hop. Jovan just going to try to have to reset back to neutral here. Retreats, finds a good hook. I think he needs to deliver a bit more power right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, both guys really looking for that kill shot, but, you know, I feel like Orellana's trying to figure out a way to get inside on this guy, and Jovan's trying to figure out a way to hit him coming in. And so this is a good chess match.
Yeah, it seems like Luis, for the most part, has just been able to just gambit his way in the vast majority of exchanges. Now we're in a clinch scenario. I don't like the fact that he's so happy to dive into this. Jovan accepting it, though, means that for the most part, it's still Orellana controlling the pace of the fight. He's got to be careful about moves like that. He starts to get the run-up going, and then Jovan accelerates with that left arm. A solid punch right across the face. Orellana needs to keep the guard up.
Oh, Orellana connected on a nice punch there on his way in. And Jovan definitely felt that one.
As things stand, these are getting relatively heated, and I like the fact that we're getting a little bit more extended clinches with people willing to keep those hips and torsos apart to actually get damage through. Orellana, I think, seeing this as his opportunity to answer back against Jovan. That was a low blow right there. You know, normal blow for anyone else, but you saw that little motion there by Jovan. Looks like they're just ready to get right back into it, though. Maybe not necessarily fully called. Both of these guys trading once again. That's a big knee to the chest. That's more of what I want to see out of the blue corner, because you see how he accelerates that almost right up into the rib cage or solar plexus area. It would be very easy for the blue corner to just completely rattle Orellana if he could get the better of these exchanges.
Yeah, I mean, yep, exactly. And I'm, back to putting your hands up after each round. I'd like to see one of these guys put their hands up. The body language says a lot. When you have a close fight like this and it's going back and forth, or both guys are getting good techniques off, hey, man, go back to your corner, put your hands up. That might sway the judges one way or the other. I don't know which way this fight's going. What do you say, Chris?
I really do think that things are still on Orellana's corner, but it could just be in my mind that I'm getting kind of sleight of handed by the fact that he looks like the underdog when you look at the size difference between these two fighters, and maybe the showing that he's putting on here is not necessarily representative of what's going on the judges' scorecards. It's just impressive to me that somebody at 5'6" is doing so much work against Jovan Turner at that towering 5'11".
Right, yep. Yeah, I think it could be 1-1 maybe going into this third round. I don't think one guy has, made it a landslide going into this third round. So they got to come out here and do some work here.
Absolutely the case. Good trades. Once again, starting us off, teep kick. And it looks like Jovan actually decides halfway through to pivot, diving on into a clinch, seeing it opening to get those shots up against the chest. And this is the first time where in the first few seconds of the fight, I got to say, Orellana isn't bringing anything that Jovan can't answer.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jovan's looking really sharp here in this third round. And really got that look in his eye like he wants this. But Orellana, he's the guy coming in here with the KO knockout win in his first fight. And I'm sure he knows how to pull it off again. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Both guys coming aggressive. Oh, Jovan with a huge right hand, snapping his head back. And that was definitely noted in the judges' scorecards.
Oh, 100% Jovan wanted to go right back in. Another hook. That being said, being brought low, and that was not a good-looking rise up. I think he's also rattled Orellana, trying to do what he can to control the neck of the taller fighter, actually opening up for what was a devastating little knee there, hooking around, getting extra acceleration due to the fact that you had that twisted torso of Jovan, and now really I think the big man's looking done.
Yeah, these guys, 30 seconds left here, just about. They got to run towards that finish line, man. They got to run. Because I think whoever finishes strong might get this one.
Yeah, I think you're right on that call here. Jovan diving in once again, but he's completely crumpled over.
Standing
and that's a standing 8 count right at the end there, Brent. That's a disaster for the blue corner.
Wow, I didn't know. I thought he just fell into the ropes. I didn't know. I didn't see that too well, but man, definitely a huge moment for Luis Orellana here. Wow. Hands up, put your hands up. There it is. Great stuff.
Orellana looking to keep that undefeated streak alive here, Brent, and I think that may have sealed it. You can tell from the body language there of Jovan Turner as well that he is devastated with that final round, and I think that may seal his fate to drop to 0-3.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And like I said, I think the third round was huge, and I wouldn't be surprised if the scorecard said 29-28, because that third round was the one. And it looks like, just from our unprofessional opinion, Luis Orellana might have pulled that one off.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the same boat with you. I do think that this is probably Orellana's, but the fact it was a close fight and the fact that yet again we're seeing that development out of the blue corner means that I hope he's going to come back for a fourth shot at this. I really do think that TCB can be his. He just needs to find that last little bit of an angle.
Yeah, no, a guy like that with the genetics that he has and the stature that he has, I mean, he's built for Muay Thai. You know, he's just got, it's the art of 8 limbs, you know, and he's got those limbs. And he just got to refine some things. And we'll see. Well, I don't know how the judges scored this card. They might have it for the blue corner. I don't know. But I thought it was a close fight. Jovan had definitely his moments of greatness in that fight too, and yeah, we're just gonna have to see how the cookie crumbles here with the judges.
A great showing from both of these fighters. Only one can be the winner. Let's see how this is made official.
Let's send it down to Mr. Chris Fuller to make this decision official.
Salisbury Center, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Both Judge 1 and 2 have scored this bout 29-27, and Judge 3 has scored the bout 30-26, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, it's Luis Orellana.
And Luis Orellana will protect that undefeated streak up against Jovan Turner. But both of these fighters showing their stuff here, and you can tell with this respect, we're going to see them both back here in TCB very soon.
Absolutely. Nice job, Luis.